Hello, welcome to another Eagle 6 test video. Today we're going to be testing this customer's Cybergun slash VFC, MCX, and this one, I might have to channel my negative airsoft on this one and swear a lot because it was a bit pain in the arse. And I know obviously we've not done a huge amount of them, but it's just, from getting this obviously mag release off to obviously the loose fire selector to the pin in the back of this grip here, after repeated amounts of obviously doing the pinion gear, to bevel height adjustments and all that sort of thing, setting all that up, suddenly this thing is all loose and it's not actually holding in and it's sticking out a shit ton, so yeah, it's pain in the arse, from getting it all reassembled to the charging handle no longer pulling back, and you've done no changes, you just reassembled it, put it back together again, and got that pain. Obviously trying to route the wires, no wires, room for that. Obviously customer requesting, custom hop unit, tracer unit all installed in there, so we get it all sort of wired in, get all the tracer in there, and one of the diodes falls off the tracer, a bit, so we then have to source a new diode to get that going again, so the customer will have to buy a whole new, diode on there, tracer unit. To in the end just completely ditching it, just because even after we spent all this time creating all the extra room in there in order to actually fit the tracer and run the wiring successfully, to the front, it still just ends up being continuous feeding problems and low FPS and variable FPS, all kinds of things from having the Maxx hop unit in there, and just we spent a lot of time, so to the point where this gun ended up just being what we call a project gun, and if every gun tech's honest, they've all had a problem gun at some point, where especially with the fact obviously we run a queue with obviously people in the queue, and obviously we can't just sort of sit on one gun forever, so sometimes problem guns just have to be put aside because obviously they're just monopolizing huge amounts of time, and obviously this was one of them. So obviously we just took the gun and all the parts in from the customer, hey, just install these bits, it will be fine. Oh really, will it? No, it wasn't. So it's an absolute freaking nightmare. So but looking at the positive, we got there. It's going in a state that we're happy with, so we've gone for non-Maxx hop unit, so it's obviously the original VFC one in there, and we're chronoing pretty consistently at 340 FPS on 2s and 270 on 3.2s at 28.7 rounds per second. So we're just happy with this thing, and obviously we've got to draw the line somewhere in that. It's been our ages, and we just need to get it back to the customer. Customer needs to see it and see that it exists and is alive, we just need to sort of call it quits on this particular build and live and learn, and then maybe just say no to the next one. It's a shame because obviously they're such a nice looking gun, but to provide the headache that they do, if you know what I mean, for working on them, just obviously the routing of the wires, repeated rework. I think if all the parts had just gone in and it had just been, non-issues, with regards to obviously low FPS and feeding issues and all stuff like that, then I think we would have been absolutely fine, but when it comes to like normal AEGs, it can be something as simple as you get your test mag out and test mag just doesn't work on that gun, complicating issues, that tends to make things just even more. And then obviously the faster rate of fire these things tend to go, guns, the more problems you tend to get into. So we've got it all back together. I've cleaned up the gun as much as we can because obviously there were some marks from whoever took it apart before on the side and stuff, from obviously how difficult it is to actually get this magazine release off. It's all marked around here, so we've gone over it with a lot of like a chemical black and got the colour sort of back as close we can there. So and yeah, it's just all back together to the point that I'd be happy to use it, and I think that's sort of all we're after doing really with these builds, isn't it? So so I'll test now. I mean, spec wise, we settled on Maxx hop Air Nozzle at 21.25, the Prometheus C type cylinder, the original hop unit, Gate Titan V2 basic front wide. It had Madbull steel barrel already in there. So obviously we kept that. It's got R-hop, which we've done to that barrel. M120 spring provided by the customer. SHS piston head. SHS Nuprol / piston, you know, that sort of standard blue, you know, with the full metal rack. SHS cylinder head, SHS tappet plate that's been modified again, so we can stop the feeding issues and get the FPS back. So SHS 13:1 gears, short stroke by 2 teeth, because initially we were getting sort of circa 33 rounds a second on single sector gear, so you know, nothing but issues there, if you know what I mean. So obviously we've short stroked and gone up a spring for the extra longevity there, if you know what I mean, with regards to premature engagement. So SHS motor, Prometheus 8mm slim fit bearings, the low profile ones. So we've gone with those. We're really happy with the quality of those Prometheus Japanese bearings. They're really, really good. We've also had the issue with the spring guide. So you can see here, the spring guide snapped off the little wings. They're gone, so apparently a relatively common issue. So with those, so what we did, we 3D printed a new one because, you know, we contacted Cybergun and they didn't want to know anything. So so obviously getting parts for this was a pain in the arse, and there's no aftermarket one for that. Not the one that's a direct fitment. So there's ones that were sort of close, but nothing like really close. Not as good as what that one is. So yeah, so obviously we've fit the 3D printed one, and we're about 5,000 rounds in now, and it's still going strong. So I think if anything, the slight play that the you know, the sort of, you know, 3D print material plastic it offers, you know, that sort of slight squishiness to it is actually beneficial. So because I think it's taken out some of the shock, if you know what I mean, that this one had no forgiveness to, and it's just sheared off. So yeah, that is probably like I say, a design flaw which maybe they will get rid of, or maybe they never will. So so yeah, other notes are things like motor short circuits that we had to fault find, making room for the tracer, you know, sanding the upper area, if you know what I mean, in order to get the actual charge handle moving correctly. Yeah, I mean, that's all I've got in terms of notes and stuff. It's really just hard to, you know, when you've got multiple problems and you're trying to fault find multiple things, and it's obviously going over days and weeks and stuff, it's just yeah, it just ends up being sort of ultimately becoming a mess. But I'm glad we've managed to sort of get it to the point when, you know, it is usable, and obviously I'm going to demonstrate it today. So yep. Shorten it. So trigger response is perfectly good, nice and snappy. go. So you can see there, it's obviously it's flying on full auto, so yeah, hopefully it's obviously single shot response that you want, you know, full auto response you want, consistency, you know, on shots that you're after, and yeah, everything, like I say, apart from the tracer unit, which, to be fair, we've built this gun with R-Hop, so we recommend 0.32 ammo. They don't make tracers in 0.32 ammo anyway, so it's not like realistically you could have used it. So not without getting rid of the R-Hop and dropping down to you know, just a normal type hop rubber. There's just going to be too much lift for 2.5s to send through on tracers, so should be overhop and everything. So yeah, so hopefully it's a nice build. Obviously we're keen on getting this back to you, getting that feedback, and then obviously depending on feedback and stuff, you know, and obviously the type of build that we've done here, we're obviously going to make the notes, and that may inform, you know, any future builds we may or may not decide to do, if you know what I mean, with regards to the MPX. So so there you go. So not too negative, even though we had some fun and games. So, but hopefully you enjoy it, and like I say, absolutely give us that long-term feedback on the build. Okay, thank you.